Well, we came out of a very unusual winter. We had never had as much warmth during the middle of winter as we did this past winter. We had the most number of days ever with temperatures in the 70s in February. Unprecedented. Second lowest amount of snowfall that we've seen during the winter. What's interesting is that a connection to what we would expect in spring and summer? And the answer is no. The two seasons are very disconnected. And we can find examples of warm winters and relatively cool summers. We can find examples of bitterly cold winters and very warm summers. So that doesn't tell us anything. The bigger signal in the climate system right now is the fact that we're out of any drought cycle that was taking place in the Great Plains. One of the things that concerned us very much was for the backyard farmer, this unusual warmth and early blossoming of all of our plants. In some areas of the state, it was 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. What actually makes us happy is we then moved into a relatively cooler time period with ample moisture and cloud cover. This has allowed the plants that were too far advanced to actually slow down a little bit and let them catch up with the season. The danger is if we blossom out too early, whether it's decorative plants, whether it's vineyards, whether it's trees that are blossoming out, whether it's apple trees, cherry trees, anything that's blossoming out, if it comes out too early, and then we can get freezes all the way into May, we can have devastating impact on either your garden or on decorative vegetation or just regular vegetation throughout the region. But you have to remember, Nebraska is a place of extremes. We had temperatures in March that were near 90, 87 degrees in Lincoln, Nebraska, followed by some snow a few days later. And there are cases in the climate history of Nebraska where the temperatures have ranged over 100 degrees in 1 week. So if you plant early in April, it's at risk. Middle of April, not as much risk. The end of April, you probably can cover plants. But right now is not the time to assume we're past the last freeze of the year until early into May. If we want to go out all the way through spring and into summer, we only look at tendencies. We can't be too specific. And the tendencies are warmer than normal, but doesn't look like a lot of any record heat. And it looks like timely precipitation and near normal to above normal precipitation. That's all music to our ears. The more clouds and precipitation we have, the healthier everything that wants to grow during the spring and summer. It's not to say we won't have a few record hot days, that's Nebraska, and then no real strong indication that we're going back into a drought anytime soon. So just short-term lack of precipitation, and then it looks like we're going to do fine.